Good morning. Live from the Hire It Done Studio Network. My name's Adam Helfman. Happy New Year, everyone. Lots of good things on the plate today. Lots of good home improvement advice. Going to take care of you. Anyways, I'm glad to be here. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Still dark out. It'll be light out soon. I've been up for like 3 hours already. Anyways, it's a great home improvement radio show. And my name's Adam Helfman. I'm a home improvement expert. Been doing this since 2005 on radio. That's a long time. It's like 15, 16 years. Hey, it's my sweet 16. And I got a lot more in me. At least 4 more years. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of advice to give. And I just want to share it with you, the homeowner. But if you're tuning in for the first time, I want you to know that this is the home improvement radio show that teaches you, the homeowner, how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the 4 corners of your lot. Now, this is not a do-it-yourself show. However, my friends, I'm not anti-do-it-yourself, right? I'm the guy who wants you to hire it done. I want you to hire a contractor, but I want it to be hassle-free, okay? Does that make sense? Hassle-free, meaning I don't want you to have stress, anxiety, and get in a lawsuit with a contractor. The goal here is to have you find a contractor, do it right, and at the end of the day, say, wow, I'm glad I followed this advice. I'm glad I found the right guy, and be good. That's how it rolls here. So if you have any questions this morning, as we had some good success end of the last fourth quarter, shout out Saturdays. We're going to continue that, which is every Saturday. If you're a contractor, essential worker, police, fire, county, anything, or a homeowner, and you want to text in 248-539-9797. You can text us in and we'll give you a shout out. And of course, you have a question that Google can't answer. Ask Adam, which is me. And guess what? I'm going to try and help you. And that's what I do. So 248-539-9797. You can text me this morning. You can also watch us on Facebook. We're Facebook Live right now. Everyone likes to be a voyeur a little bit in the studio and check us out. It's always fun when we do that. So I want you to enjoy that. And that's the way it is. So I'm energized. My batteries are recharged for the year. And I want to help you as a homeowner do the home improvement right thing. So, we don't know if we have stimulus money coming or not. We'll know after the 20th, I think. But I'm going to do a show, and I want Paul, my producer, to take a note. Let's do home improvements you can buy or use your stimulus money for. So that'll be coming up once we know how much money, $600, $1,200. I know I heard some people already got some money, but I'm not here to spend your money. So let's figure that out. And the other thing is, we got a lot of changes on Hire It Done for 2021. One of them is we're revamping the website hireitdone.com. And we're going to be getting rid of the lead system, meaning that's the one where you go in and you have contractors compete for your business. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I find out that homeowners, I blame Google for this. Homeowners literally have, Google has literally ruined the home improvement business. Because homeowners, they want a contractor now, just like that snap, like Thanos. Okay? They want it now. They don't want to fill out a form, have it go to the contractors, have the contractors read it, and have the contractors respond, and then call the homeowner 48 times because they have the Comcast triple play phone number on their darn lead ticket. And then they don't answer the phone from the contractor calling because they don't recognize the number. And then they get an email from Hire It Done that says, hey, Mrs. Homeowner, have you been contacted? And they're like, no one's got a hold of me. And we're like, well, this is the number. Oh, I don't check that number. I don't have a voicemail. So what we're doing is we're going to do the website where homeowners go to hireitdone.com and then you pick your project, plumbing, electrical, room addition, kitchen, bath, handyman, installation, whatever it is. You pick your project, and then all the Hire It Done information, blogs, tips, advice comes up. And at the bottom is the list right there of the contractors, like the plumbers, like Shelby Mechanical. And bam, all you got to do is click on them and call them yourself. Simple. Keep it simple, easy. KISS, K-I-S-S, right? Keep it simple, stupid. And that's how we're going to roll, friends. So I want you to know HireItDone.com is dominating as usual. But I also want you to know it's Salt Sale Saturday. And I want to take a quick moment to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Those guys rock, by the way. If you have water, hard water in your house, you want better water, you want bottle quality water, you got to call them. Literally, these guys are the best. I have it at my house. It's the real deal. Anyways, on Saturdays, they get you DuraCube regular salt for your softener for $5.99 for a 40-pound bag. They got Red Out for $6.99 a bag, and then potassium chloride for $19.99 a bag. So you got to get that going. If you want reverse osmosis, a really good bottle, better than bottle quality water in your kitchen sink or your ice maker, give them a call. They can do that too. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to give you 4 plumbing upgrades that'll raise your house's value. Yeah, you heard me. Are the people at Honest John's listening? Because if that's the case, you heard me there. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
The Beauchamp family's been in the water treatment business since 1976. Well, we moved on to well water, and my mom experienced well water for the first time, and her hair was discoloring, the toilets and fixtures were discoloring, and my dad went around and shopped many different type of water softeners and forced him to really learn about water and how to properly treat it. And before we knew it, our family entered into the water business because my dad was so fascinated with everything that went along with it. For us growing up, it was going to school, learning our schoolwork, and then going home and learning our water treatment home schoolwork.
Most of our problems that we run into are a lot of iron issues from well water, calcium buildup, odor in the water, smelly water. Arsenic's been a big thing for us. Most of our work has mainly been on well water, but we're definitely branching into city water because of that market there's a lot more people that are more knowledgeable. There's a lot more public knowledge to that. You hear it on the radio, you hear it in the newspaper. Obviously Flint struck, kind of brought that up, but it is an issue. It's an issue that is becoming more aware of, to the communities, and certainly there's treatment for that. Now with the city water and people with their health and stuff, they're trying to, get their water as clean as they can.
Welcome back. This is Higher Time. My name's Adam Helfman. What a great Saturday. I feel like a little bit of relief. I feel like the weight of the world's off my shoulders today. I know good things are ahead, and you know how it rolls. So 248-539-9797. It's Shout Out Saturday. You got a home improvement question Google can't answer? Give me a question. You an essential worker, contractor, homeowner, just listening, enjoying the show? Give me a shout out on the ticket text. I'd love to give you a shout out. In fact, Matt from Lapeer, he says he's an essential worker at the AT&T cable and internet installer. I like that. Love the show, man. Yeah, thank you for listening. By the way, I'm very appreciative of people who listen. So let's go through some of the really good stuff I have to. We're going to do four plumbing upgrades, but I got a lot to talk about. How about everyday emergencies you need to know how to manage around your house? I got good stuff going on. But let's talk about plumbing upgrades that raises your home's value. Owning a home is a wonderful feeling, right? I think so. Home ownership's great. But even better is seeing your home's value rise in price. Now, Higher Time's going to be bringing on home improvement experts this year, plumbers, like we said. We have our real estate extra, Sarah Sells. She's going to be playing a bigger role this year with us. What up, Sarah Sells, if you're listening? I'm excited for her because she gives great energy and good advice for homeowners. And you know what? Again, our plan for 2021 is to dominate and continue to dominate like we do because we are the number one home improvement show in Metro Detroit. In fact, we're in 42 markets, about to add 10 markets. I think end of first quarter, which is always a fun thing. So we'll get to enjoy the new affiliates. So when your home's value doesn't go up, when you own a house and you're like, what's going on here? But with the right amount of care and maintenance, you should be able to guarantee steady appreciation. Because as you pay off your mortgage, the value should go up a little bit with the right maintenance of your house, okay? So when you think of maintenance, you got to think of plumbing. When you think of your home's plumbing, it's the lifeline. It's the bloodline, the lifeblood. Not adrenochrome. There's no adrenochrome in your house. It's only in babies. And when you think maintenance, you think that you need to make sure the plumbing works. So what are these simple upgrades that I can give you some advice on? So here's one of them. Obviously, bathroom fixing up, right? Shout out to Adam Wood. He's listening. Another Adam. I like Adam. I like the name Adam. Go figure. So what's a bathroom appliance? Does anyone even know that? So the first easy thing you can do is upgrade your bathroom appliances in your bathroom, such as bathtub, shower, sink, a toilet. The easy change will improve the look of your bathroom, as well as making it more appealing for you as a homeowner. Listen, for me, a bathroom's like a shrine. Everybody knows I worship my toilet. And 2021 is going to be no different. In fact, I was going to do the whole show on a toilet once. Wheel a toilet into the studio and sit on it the whole time. And then encourage people to come to Hire It Done or to Facebook Live. You can check me out on the toilet. I know. That's a weird thing. I don't get it, but it's all right. 248-539-9797. So upgrading your bathroom appliances is a big deal. Not a big deal, but is way to go. So you can have a local plumber install a tub, sink, toilet. No big deal. And guess what? You're fine. I talked to Shelby Mechanical. They just recently did some plumbing work for me in this condo in Birmingham. They just are so good. I had plumbing. Like I said, the water pressure's not as good. The guy's like, let's check it out. They started going faucet by faucet, turning the water on off. Because if you have old plumbing, sometimes, when you're upgrading things could break off the internal sides of the pipe and clog up your faucet. My guys from Shelby Mechanical took care of business. That's the best part. Literally the best part. So, drain repair. Why would a plumbing upgrade make your house valuable with a drain repair? That sounds weird, right? Well, let me tell you why, okay? Have your drains inspected and perhaps even replaced. Back in the day, the drains were clay, roots. You heard, I got roots in my drains, right? That happens. And then you get them snaked out for a minute, it's clean, and then 6 months, 90 days even later, 30 days sometimes, it plugs back up. So having them replaced or snaked is such a good investment. It also gives them security for the homeowners that who are maybe buying a house can help you out. So that's one of the things. Repairing all your drains, though, leads to longer lasting pipes, as we know. Anything can get stuck in the drain. Hair, food, grime, grease, dirty kitchen plates, eggshells. According to Ron Alexander, he tells me, don't put eggshells. He says he would never put in a disposal in his house. I'm like, that's crazy. I love the disposal. Like, I'm like Dexter. I want to cram and crush and grind things up in the disposal. And, of course, I'm not allowed to talk about what you can put in your disposal other than food. But a little lemon juice could also, things like that. So drain repair is important. Now, if you don't want to rip the drains out and dig it out, they have a sleeve that they can pull through your drain and then inflate it and then hardens. Kind of cool. Almost like a stent. And that's not cheaper, but it's a different way if you can't like dig up your yard. What else can you do to upgrade the plumbing? How about your dishwasher? Installing a dishwasher in a kitchen can be a huge seller to potential home buyers, right? Can you imagine a house with no dishwasher? Oh yeah, we don't have a dishwasher. We wash by hand. Okay, great. But a brand new dishwasher, Whisper kind, Bosch, Esco. To me, between you and I, Kenmore and Whirlpool are my choices. But hey, what do I know? I hire that done, right? Ha, ha, ha. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? It's pretty simple. Just text me. Or if you are listening, you're an essential worker, contractor, you want a shout out, it's Shout Out Saturday. I'd love to give you one. Just be nice. That's the problem. Be nice. So anyways, what else can you add around your house? How about a tankless water heater? You know, it's funny. I'm remodeling this big condo in Birmingham, and the unit above, which is similar floor plan, has a tankless water heater. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, that's so interesting. So a tankless water heater is really a big upgrade for your home, but there's only a certain couple ways to do it, okay? Clearly, and we're going to do more information this year on tankless water heaters because I think it's the trend. I think people want those, but they need to know you're not going to save money initially on a tankless water heater. You're going to get unlimited hot water. You're never going to run out. But it saves up space. So there's a lot of advantages. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. But what are the alternatives? A 50-gallon quick recovery? I mean, there's a lot you can talk about. But there is a little bit of energy savings component. And the thing is if you have a 50-gallon tank of water being heated all the time, you're paying for that. So if you're not heating it during the day and only heating it when you use it, then it makes sense. However, how much heat does it take or how much energy does it take to heat the water instantly? That we're going to discuss on another show. All right, keep it locked in, my friends. Coming up next, 10 everyday emergencies you need to know how to manage. Because if you're going to gamble and you don't have an emergency, you're going to bet on me. I'm going to help you. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from HireItDone.com.
So you've got a roof leak, now what? Well, let me tell you what you need to do. First thing you have to have is an idea of how old your roof is. A lot of people who bought a house, the roof's been on there for years, you don't know. So the first thing is you need to identify how old your roof is. And that's going to play a part later on. So if you've had your roof done by a previous contractor that you know, reach out to him and ask him how to make a warranty claim or have them come out and inspect the roof and see if they can fix the leak right then and there. Now, a lot of people don't know about warranties. There's two types of warranties. There's the manufacturer warranty and the contractor's warranty. The best warranty, obviously, is from the contractor because that's the person who installed it. If you ever read the fine print on a warranty from a roofing manufacturer, you're going to get lost in a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. In fact, there are contractors out there who will tell you that the roofing warranty is not worth the paper it's written on. So in my opinion and from my experience, it's better to go to the contractor who installed the roof and ask him about his warranty. There's where you're going to get the faster and quicker service. So what happens if your roof doesn't have coverage from the warranty? What do you do now? Well, that's where you call a roofing contractor who should be certified by the manufacturer, who can come out and assess the damage and also provide you with a solution. Not always are they going to say that you need a brand new roof. They may say it's flashing or they can replace a few shingles. So you've got to ask the roofer before he comes out, do you do roof repairs? That's an important question. So most homeowners, when they have a roof leak, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh boy, I think I have to replace my whole roof. And that's not a small investment. A roof is quite expensive. So if you do need a new roof, you need to make sure that you know that you really do. Are your shingles worn out? Are they curled? Are they old? Are there missing granules? Are there bald patches on your roof? Those are items that you need to look for to make sure that you really do need a new roof. Now, if you find a great roofer and he gets up there and shows you pictures and walks you through the process of a new roof, you'll know right away if you need a new roof. So if you find a leak in your house, guess what? It's pretty simple. You can leave a comment below or visit HireItDone.com. Click on Ask Adam. I'll personally answer your roofing question. And if you think you need a new roof and you want to find great contractors, HireItDone.com has the best roofers in the business. So remember, the best roof is the one that's installed properly.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done radio network. 248-539-9797. Got a question Google can't answer? Love to help you this morning. We're going to be talking about 10 everyday emergencies you need to know how to manage, right? Not hard to do. Adam, I don't have a dishwasher. My kitchen is small. I used to have 4 dishwashers, but they all grew up and moved out. Ha ha! Michelle Casino. Thanks, Michelle. I like that. Your kids are all out. I don't blame you. My son's out in L.A., so he can't wash anything if he tried. But whatever. So you got a flat tire? You got a stovetop fire? Got power out in your house? A plug's not working? Is it an emergency or not? What do you do? Ooh. Well, the power in your house suddenly cuts out and the neighbors still have lights on. It's probably an electrical fault. Grab a flashlight. By the way, get a flashlight, not the one on your phone. You should always have a flashlight. The new LED flashlights are so bright. I love them. But, you should always have that. We're going to have an emergency kit, too, by the way, that everyone should have it around their house. Like me, the prepper. I know. You guys don't realize what a maniac I really am. So here's the thing. Check out if you have a GFI or a GFCI. And we're going to talk about that later. Definitions of whatever they call it. We'll have definitions of, I'll tell you in a minute. But a GFI receptacle, okay? If you have a GFI outlet or GFCI, you can say it either way. GFI, GFCI. GFI is ground fault interrupter. GFCI is ground fault circuit interrupter. They're typically pretty much the same. Why they left the circuit out, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. I doubt it. Anyways, here's the thing. If you have a GFI outlet, try pushing the reset button, right? If you have breakers, check to see whether one of them has tripped, okay? If you've blown a fuse, which is the old school, most of the time flipping the right breaker does the trick, literally. But, you know, some people don't know that. I've had people go, oh, my electrical's out, I need a generator. And we're like, oh, no, you just have this. Something was tripping it. Sometimes it's easier to do that, right? We're going to talk about ways to prepare for an outage. Now, what about when your gutters are overflowing? I just realized when we had this snow recently that my gutters were like, oh, my God, I looked at them. Like, I thought I had them cleaned out. I have to call my guy, Adam Taggett, to help me out. Anyways, a wind or rainstorm or snow loads up your gutters with leaves, pine needles, branches, whatever you have, right? And then clogged gutters become a major damage to your home. If the gutter is close to the ground, you can consider cleaning it yourself. Or if you're handy with a ladder, and this is the big one, I don't recommend going up on a ladder. I'm not that guy, right? But if you're handy and you can get on a ladder and you're not scared, then do it, right? Get on the ladder and clean it out. But be careful. 36,000 people a year go to the emergency room on ladders. And by the way, today, if you fall off a ladder and you got to go to the emergency room, going to the hospital is a new risk. I mean, you want COVID? You could get it. You might not. Got to be careful. Get that vaccine, right? Line up. Vaxxers, let's do it. Stick me in the arm. I'm not like first in line to get a vaccine, but I'm going to get one. How about when you have infestation of ants, flies? What about the flies that show up in your house on a sunny day in the middle of winter? Where do they come from? Did you ever notice that? Like, it's like 12 degrees out, and then all of a sudden we have 2 days of sunshine. Next thing you know, you look around your house, you got a big black fly bzzz, flying around your house. I'm like, oy vey, what the heck's going on here? Right? Jeez, oh, Pete. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Adam, you rock. I've been enjoying your show for many years. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping that you will read this and answer my question on your show today. I'm going to pick out countertops that could you please talk about granite and quartz. I'm leaning towards quartz. Thank you. Okay. Granite and quartz. Love it. And, yes, someone just texted and you said you can get COVID from the air. Get a grip. I know 3 people that went into the hospital for different things and got COVID. So you can, you know what, buddy? Go to Dunkin' Donuts. So let's talk about quartz and granite really quick as we just help this listener out. Quartz and granite are very similar. In fact, quartz is crushed up rock, stone, granite, whatever it is, mixed with a polymer, put in a slab and compressed and then polished. And it looks really cool. Granite is all natural. And it depends what you're using. So if you're going to do kitchen countertops, I would go for quartz because consistency, it's longer lasting. Not longer lasting. It won't stain. You can repair it. That's a key word. And you can get it done. Now, do you want to do granite? No problem. Granite looks great. Make sure you pick the slab. Make sure it's templated properly, and you're good to go. But I will be honest with you. It's more about the installation and where you go to get your selection. And, of course, Hired Done has some great granite quartz places. Hard Rock Stoneworks is my favorite, of course. They're easy. And, by the way, the key to them, because they're so big, is go to their remnants section. A remnant is a piece that's left over from a slab that's plenty big. And they're 50% off usually. So I would say check that out. If not, I just recently had another great experience from a company called CIOT, C-I-O-T, and a guy named Benny I worked with. Good guy. And they really did a good job. So I think that you'll have no problem. And, of course, you can do what you want. But anyways, I prefer quartz. Now, the key today is what kind of kitchen countertops, how are you going to use them? Do you cook a lot? There's a lot of answers and questions that go with it, to be honest. But let's just assume you cook 2 or 3 times a week. Granite tops, quartz tops can do a really good job. Now, the key is what kind of quartz. There's different levels of quartz, too. That's the other problem. You get this, they have this new cheaper version. It's a little thinner. It's not as consistent. You got to be real careful. So the brand of quartz, there is a difference now. People used to think, oh, it's all the same. Nope, it's not. So first go kick the tires and go check it out. That's what I would recommend you do. That's my thing. Anyways, so when you have sudden infestation of ants, flies, and bees, rodents, you literally need to call an exterminator. That's my thing. Call Rose Pest Control. They're like the leader in the area for good stuff. But what are you going to do? You going to get some over-the-counter pesticide? You can, but you should try them in little spots, right? But you really should call a pro for that, because what they're going to do is they're going to find out where they're coming in. They're going to not only manage it, but eliminate it. That's a lot of things what you need to have. So it's important that you understand that. Now, what if you have a faucet that's dripping? Did you ever think about that? How do you get a faucet to stop dripping? You know how much water a dripping faucet can drip? It's like crazy. But it's irritating, right? It wastes gallons and gallons of water every day. And it's literally, I think, one of the number one reasons why people call a plumber. But before you do, try tightening or changing the washer on the faucet. Sometimes that's what it is, right? But here's how you do this. First, I want you to do is turn the water supply off to the faucet, which is under the sink. That's number one. And once you do that, then you can take apart the faucet and start getting a little bit of debris. You can tighten it up, but it could be an all ball joint that just doesn't completely turn. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those problems. So you can go and get new washers. Those have worn out sometimes. That sometimes makes it right there as an easy leak, but you never know. But listen, today with YouTube, anyone can be an expert. Anyone can say how to fix a faucet. What happens when there's smoke coming out of your oven? That happened to me the other day. What do you do at home when there's smoke coming out of the oven? Do you open it and then fan the flames, hoping to get a free paint job of your whole house from the insurance company? No, I'm kidding. When food drips onto the floor of your oven, it can smoke. It can start steaming up, right? So you got to be careful. You can't turn the oven off. But here's what you do. Get a little bottle of baking soda. If you sprinkle baking soda, it'll stop the smoking, and you can still cook your food. How about them apples, right? Anyways, what else you got to know? Well, I got a lot coming up next. So do me a favor, friends. Leave it locked in here. If you got a question, text me 248-539-9797. I want to hear from you. And yes, you can get COVID, Dodo. We'll be right back. My name's Adam Helfman, and you're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this Do-It-Yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Eric with a K. He's on fire today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing the game. We appreciate it. Anyways, here's what we're going to talk about. Okay? We're going to talk about how to prepare for an emergency when you have a power outage. Now, look at snow. We had snow recently, and it was heavy snow. A lot of power went out. We get high winds. We get a lot of severe weather here in the Metro Detroit area. And you really need to be, prepared. And the reason why I'm talking about prepared, because it could be the next 2 weeks, everyone should be prepared. You know, with what's going on in the world, why not have a little bit more preparedness than not? What's the worst that happens, right? A little bit of bottled water, extra meat, 95 cases of toilet paper. Oh, wait, I don't need toilet paper because my toilet wipes my butt. I love that. That's the best part. Anyways, if you got a question this morning that Google can't answer, text me, 248-539-9797. You want a shout out? Love to give it to you. Adam, I'm going to Segi Renovation today. Going to a showroom. Jim's going to show me bathroom designs. Hell yeah, rock it out, Craig from Novi into his house. Adam, this is your buddy Nick. What up, Nick? Did you just say I scared on the radio a little while ago? Thought me make me think Uncle way back in the day. Well, happy Uncle. Let's see what else. I'm going to be looking at quartz today, Adam. I'm doing my kitchen and my bathroom. Can you talk about different grades of faucets? I'm better at getting higher faucet. Okay, let me just say this. You want a good faucet? Go to Advanced Plumbing. Okay? Literally. They have some great faucets. Or I have the Kohler faucets at my house, and they're the one where you wave your hand and you don't even touch it. And because I'm like, everyone knows I'm OCD, right? So I have this faucet where you wave your hand under the faucet and it automatically turns on. How cool is that? So check out Kohler, but also go to Advanced Plumbing. Those guys can help you. They're literally unbelievably good people. So, and yes, there is a difference between bathroom faucets from one place or another. Let me explain to you why. There are faucets that the big box stores buy with name brands on them. And what happens is you're a big box store, you have 1,200 locations, right? So let's just say you have 1,000 locations. Let's dumb it down for everyone. 1,000 locations around the country for a home improvement box store. And let's say that store says, oh, we want to buy your brass, chrome, flashy, pull-out sprayer faucet. They're going to say, we have 1,000 stores, and we want 25 faucets in stock in every store. Right? That's 25,000 faucets. Now, that's just for the initial stock. We're going to order monthly. So if I'm the manufacturer of a faucet, I'm like, yeah, baby, 25,000 faucets. Let's roll, big box store. But then you're like, the big box store says, well, your retail, we're going to retail them for $99, but we only want to pay $39. So you need to come and sell us the faucet for $39. And you're like, wait a minute. It cost me $59 to even make. I got to add a profit after that. How am I going to cut $20 out? Well, you're going to go across the ocean. You're going to find a plant with cheap labor, and you're going to instead of brass, you're going to use plastic, and you're going to repackage it, put lipstick on a pig, and hope that it lasts. That's what you're going to do. Ooh. Then the homeowner doesn't know any better because the homeowner's like, yeah, I got a brand new beautiful faucet, and then it's leaking everywhere. What now? See what I'm saying? That's a problem, friends. So what do? You go with the local, live and local, and you find out where it's made, and you find out the difference in parts, and you ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. If you call the plumber and just say, listen, I don't want the cheap one. I want this to last. Okay. That's what you need to do. So that's why getting the right faucet makes sense to go to a local supplier. Now, you go online and you see these wholesale prices of faucet and you see these beautiful pictures. Let me tell you something. That's the problem with online shopping. You can't kick the tires. And let me tell you, I hate that. Literally, it's killing me. Literally killing me. Anyways, 248-539-9797. Got a question this morning that Google can't answer? Love to help you. You an essential worker, a police, fire, anything? Contractor? Text me, 248-539-9797. I'd love to give you a shout out. So if there's an emergency and you want to prep for it, okay? First thing I'm going to tell everyone is go take your tub in your house and fill it up with water, okay? Listen, if something's wrong and the city water power goes out or whatever, and a major outage and the pumps don't work, there's no water. Fill that tub up. Literally fill it up, okay? Bottles water. You know, if you buy bottled water and you have the plastic bottles, sometimes it might make sense to save a few of them in a plastic bag just for an emergency. So you need to make sure that your tub, when you fill it up, you close the drain, obviously, but the drains aren't super tight, so you got to be careful. How about turning you know how to turn your car into a generator? Has anyone ever done that? A power inverter, it's called, right? It turns DC current into AC current. Some of the cars have actual, 110 plugs or 120s. My Ford Expedition does. You have a little full plug. Listen, obviously when you run your car, you're using gas. So, but you can use that to charge things. How about conserving batteries, right? LED flashlights, which we talked about earlier, and lanterns have a huge advantage over incandescent models. What? They use about 80% less energy. It's a big deal, friends. They actually last like 6 to 10 times as long. An LED flashlight, remember that. And then if you get rechargeable batteries with the solar thing, oy vey, you're like a real prepper. I love this. You know what? I'm going to start a group called Jewish Preppers. It's like Prep Light. We're going to be like, oi, I can't really gut a deer. Can I take the deer to the butcher, then gut it? I'm kidding. I'm just making fun of myself. How about your propane tank for your grill? It's wintertime, right? What do you need that for? Fill it up, okay? If you had a 3-day outage, let's just say for 72 hours that power's out. And that's really about on the long time. Yes, we've seen power go out longer than 3 days. However, 3 days is about the average if it's a bad storm. So why not have your tank on your grill full? Because if you got a barbecue outside, you got it ready to roll. Now you can burn wood too, obviously, but come on, propane's the way to go. We all know that. Come on, you can't mess with me on that. Okay, what else? How about food with ice? Save your food with ice. What does that mean? Well, a couple of days without power can cost you hundreds of dollars in food loss, right? Because it spoils in the fridge and freezers. And by the way, you got to literally keep your refrigerator shut and your freezer shut, because that's one of those ways. So fill your locking freezer bags with water. Keep them in the freezer. Those freeze, right? And lay them flat. Because once they freeze, during a blackout, it'll help your refrigerator stay colder longer. Or you could transfer them to the fridge for a cooler fridge. And then when they thaw, you got drinking water. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Good morning, Adam. Remodeling a kitchen myself. Would like to move or remove a wall, not knowing how to tell if it's load bearing or not. Who could I contact to do this part of the job? Rob from Canton. Yeah, you know what's funny, Rob? That's a great, one of the number one, if you're really doing a kitchen renovation as opposed to new cabinets only, a lot of people take that wall between the kitchen and the dining room out. I'm assuming that's where you're at, but yeah, it is load bearing use most of the time. You just need a header. A carpenter contractor can do that. I got a couple guys that would be able to do that for you. It's not cheap, but since you're doing it yourself, you would want a carpentry contractor to do that, or a handyman. But it's going to take more than one person to do it. So just go to hireitdone.com, click on Ask Adam, and I'll send you the name. Pretty easy. Hi, Adam. Psychotherapist Dan from Livonia, heading into work this morning. Yeah, Dan, I am definitely a handful, completely a maniac. Thank you. Please let me know what my diagnosis is. Here's the thing. Hi, Adam. Looking at bathroom vanities and need a 24 wide by 19 deep. Ideally available within a week. Any suggestion on place to look on the east side? Not a big box store. Yeah, go to Hard Rock Stoneworks. There's a lot of places you can go. They have cabinets. And you can get them in like a week. But you know what? With COVID, a lot of things are slower. 248-539-9797. If you have a question Google can't answer, give me a call or text me. If you're listening and you want to shout out, hey, man, I'm here for you. Loss of power, according to Ron Alexander, unplug the disposal. My name's Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. These new microphones in the studio here. I'm trying to adjust them. I don't want to yell into them, but hey, you know how that goes. So, you want to save energy. We just talked about how to save energy from our Going Green segment, but the way to do it right is to really, like I said, the best furnace, the best roof, the best waterproofing. It's all about the guy who's installing it. So in studio with me right now is a good friend of the Howard Dunn Radio Show and one of the most experienced insulation contractors in Metro Detroit, bar none, legit. His name, Tom Mackey. Dana Insulation is the company. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Adam. How are you today?
I'm kicking butt, brother. How
There
you
you
doing?
go. That's what we're supposed to do, aren't we, on Saturday morning?
Well, I think, this is how you start the weekend.
That's right.
Everyone's thinking about home improvement on the weekends.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend for me.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. So now that we're past Halloween, the weather's changed. It's cold every morning. Frost had a little bit of snow. People are now putting the heat on, and they're now starting to think, okay, I better figure out a way to save energy. Is this your busy season?
It generally starts the end of August. Yes, to answer your question. It starts the end of August, and it ramps up as the weather changes, as it's getting colder and colder. Our phones are ringing nonstop. We bring on extra staff to answer phones this time of year, and we're busy.
Well, that's, of course, the best way to do it. So let's just get right down to it. Homeowners always say to me, Adam, I got cold air around my windows. I should go buy the hair blower and that plastic wrap and, put it on, blah, 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 and it never looks the way the picture looks. How many people do you encounter call you and say, how do you do that?
Well, that's a year-round phone call that we get. They want to talk about the leaks and or drafts that they're feeling from their windows, door walls, doors.
Sure.
And it's a tough one because, unfortunately, when the windows or doors or door walls are installed, it's paramount that they use non-expanding foam as opposed to stuffing and randomly stuffing with fiberglass, and that's where all our leaks are coming from.
Exactly. So that's why we need to make sure that people understand how this happens. So if you're listening right now and you want some insulation tips, you have a question about insulation, what the best insulation is, different brands, different kinds, how much does it cost, text us, 97136, or go to Facebook Live. You can watch us in studio. Tom Mackey from Dana Insulation. The website's danafoaminsulation.com. And so my question is, Tom, you say expanding foam insulation. You see these red cans called, great, whatever it is, great skate, I don't know.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Anyways, people say, I can go grab that and just spray the edges. And you see, I've been in the house where it's bubbling out. You see all that?
Yeah. Well, I kind of equate it to someone who paints for the first time. There's a number of things that they don't know if they paint for the first time. They don't know yield on product. They don't know how thick or how thin to put it on.
Right.
They're not getting the maximum usage out of the can, whether it's paint or whether it's expanding foam. We use, in our applications, a non-expanding foam when we do new construction. It's a little easier to deal with. It's a better product for the...
So if it doesn't expand, is it like soupier? I mean, I know there's low expanding and non-expanding, but the stuff you use is specifically made for that application. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. So when a homeowner, let's get down to 101 insulation, okay? Homeowner turns the heat on because they're cold. The heater, the furnace blows hot air through the ductwork and heats the inside. Science says heat travels towards the cold.
100%.
So the cold is on the outside walls. The cold is outdoors, right? So heat's going to travel out that way. Now, when you have leaks around the windows, when you have a door, an exterior door, and you can look at the edge of the door and you can see light through it, that's where the heat is going to, right?
Oh, that's a real serious problem.
Okay, so when the heat goes out that way, the heat inside the house is traveling out that way, and that means the furnace has to keep working to maintain the temperature that you request. Is that smart?
Well, you can consider your furnace like a cash register. The more it turns on, the more cash is going out of the register.
Cha-ching.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
that's exactly.
So now, let's use common sense. If you stop the heat from leaving the house by sealing up some of the holes and sealing up around the windows and sealing up around doors, just that areas, if you stop the heat, then the heat stays in the house longer, right?
100%.
So now then the heat stays at the temperature longer because it's not going out. And that results in your furnace working less.
And your cost
Go down.
of gas are reduced.
Right, because you're not using as much gas.
That's correct.
Now take that and go from an 80% furnace to a 95% furnace, which means it uses 95% of the gas instead of 80% of the gas in the cycle. you've now increased your savings even more. Logic?
That's exactly the way it works.
Okay. So saving money is a responsibility, and it's also good for the environment, right?
Well, I mean, as you know, the utility companies in Michigan, throughout the country, to be honest with you, are tasked with the job to have their clients save energy as best they can.
They try to.
Yeah, and they
They
offer
credits.
incentives to, in fact, have their clients do that.
How are the incentives? Still good?
The incentives are marvelous. They really are. Depending upon where you live and who services your gas account, they're better in the consumer's power market than they are, unfortunately, in the DTE. However, in northern Macomb, Semco has a marvelous program as
So
well.
let's use Metro Detroit area. Let's use Southeast Michigan. Homeowner calls you up, and let's just say they're a DTE customer or a consumer, either one, and they say, "I need to insulate my house. I need to reduce my energy costs. What is it going to take, and how much money can I save, or what kind of rebates can I get?" So let's go break it down through data insulation.
Well, the unfortunate thing, or I think the challenging thing about being an insulation contractor in 2019 is that, even though the economy is outstanding and we're getting plenty of inquiry calls, people still, the number one thing, they think the world revolves around what the final cost is. And that isn't the way they should be looking at things. What they should be looking at is, A, is the problem, B is the solution, C is the result of the two. And if they would begin to do it in that order instead of reverse engineering it and work from the cost back, they'd be in better shape for themselves. Now, insulation, at the end of the day, has a return on investment or an ROI. I don't know that a kitchen does.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
But
I
it does
study
in
that.
the end. It doesn't ongoing.
Well, you're always saving money when you have insulation. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to try and reduce your energy costs by adding insulation or making your house more energy efficient. Doesn't have to mean insulation. It could be just caulking. It could be
Caulking's huge.
Right. So, okay. And that makes sense. So if anyone has an insulation question, text us 97136 or go to Facebook Live. You can put it in the comments. We're always available. We've got Tom Mackey from Dana Insulation. Tom, how long have you guys been around?
We're a 42-year. We're in our 43rd year. We started in 1977.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
A big mazel tov to you.
Yeah.
So, okay. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com, right? Welcome back, everyone. Good morning. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Saturday. What a great, great day. Anyways, I love this. I'm like you, worth minimum wage from the neck down. I don't do manual labor. Really appreciate you and your show. Thank you. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. My name's Adam Helfman. I'm a home improvement expert. This is the Hire It Done Radio Show. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We have Shout Out Saturday. We just finished a great hour of home improvement. We got this new hour coming up with some good advice. Anyways, 248-539-9797. Text me if you have a question. Text me if you're an essential worker, police, fire, contractor, city worker, whatever. I want to give you a shout out this morning because that's how I roll. Or if you have a question Google can't answer, text me. I'm going to answer it for you. And a home improvement advice, obviously. 248-539-9797. So why did cast iron vents and sewer lines crack? John in Ypsilanti wants to know. So I don't know the scientific answer, but I do know because I've replaced enough sewer lines with the flip homes that we used to do in Detroit all the time that, and I talked to a bunch of plumbers, and of course Ron Alexander, he'll confirm this because he's my go-to expert plumber. It's called sulfuric acid. Now, what's sulfuric acid? Does it smell? Is it like a smelly acid? No, it's the reaction. Cast iron, when you have all your stuff going through your sewer, poop or whatever, the reaction of that with the water, the minerals, and all that creates a chemical reaction and creates sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a corrosive byproduct. And literally, it takes almost not 100 years, but it takes 50 plus years to go through. And that's what it is. So does that happen with PVC? No, of course not. But replacing your cast iron pipes with PVC, it's not cheap. The average sewer line replacement's like $8,000. So think about that, my friends. And that's what we want to do to you. So shout out this morning, 248-539-9797. Dan wants to know, I live on 40 acres in Milford. Would a $10,000 electric gate add 5% to my home value like I was told? Okay, so you got 40 acres in Milford. First of all, I'd be calling Pulte Homes and say, hey, I got 40 acres. How much? Right? I'd call Hunter Pastor Homes. Call a builder and sell that sucker. But if you don't want to put a gate on, is the electric gate, is your whole 40 acres got a fence? Is the gate like going into like South Fork? I mean, come on, we got to know. I need more info. That's the deal, right? So that's how we roll. So I want you guys to understand that. And look, not a big deal, but I think a $10,000 gate better do more than just I don't know, open and close. Better be cameras on it. It better have an app. It better have the Ring gate doorbell or some crazy stuff. Shout out to Joe Haberman. What up, Joe? J-O in his house. She's cool. I like her. Shout out to Alex from the Pontiac Fire Department. How you doing, Alex? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the hard work that you do. Pontiac. Do they still have a fire department? I know the police force is no longer there. I used to have a friend who was a Pontiac police officer. Used to be. Anyways, let's talk about home improvement because that's what I'm in the mood for right now. And by the way, if you have a question that Google can't answer, text me, 248-539-9797. Let's talk about acronyms for home improvement. I know. We have some fun doing this, right? So, do you know these common acronyms and abbreviations, what they mean? I'm going to do a little education for everyone. So get in line, sit in your classroom, my friends. And if you're like Joe Haberman, you get to go to the front of the classroom because I want you to take a piece of paper and a pen and get some notes ready because I'm going to educate you right now. First of all, GFCI. It's a do-it-yourself acronym, right? Or is it a pro acronym? What does GFCI stand for, my friends? Well, it stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupted. Yep, GFCI, Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. That's where if you have a little bit of a electrical issue, it snaps really quick in a millisecond. Like if you drop your hair blower in the tub while you're in the tub. Who does that? Oh, that happens. A GFCI will save your life if it's plugged in right. So that's one thing. How about a BTU? What is a BTU? Does anyone know what BTU stands for? It's a British thermal unit. Oh, like I have 100,000 BTU furnace, right? It's a measuring tool for temperature. That's what a British BTU is, okay? The amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water by 1 degree Fahrenheit. That's a BTU. In case anyone wanted to know. Why is it BTU? Why is a BTU important to someone like a DIYer? Well, I'm going to give you more acronyms and why a BTU is more important for someone on the phone right now or from someone who's listening. When we come back, 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? You want a shout out like I gave to Joe and Alex? Text me. My name's Adam Helfman. That's right, baby. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Keep it locked in.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists. That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. You could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name is Adam Helfman. 2021. Having fun. So, we're doing acronyms. Home improvement acronyms. Acronyms. Say that 10 times fast. Talk about a tongue twister, right? 248-539-9797. You want a shout out this morning? Are you an essential worker? Are you a contractor? Tell me what you are. I'm going to give you a shout out. Or if you have a question Google can't answer, come on, man. Try me out. Good morning. This is Greg from Shelby Township. I'm renovating my basement and was going to paint the ceiling in one of the areas. Can I remove the ugly wooden cross members? A lot of them are cracked and the nails aren't all the way. Is there a better looking option? I noticed that when dock workers install, they just knock them out of the way. Okay, so that's called bridging. Okay? The bridging, those cross members that are bridging, is there so that when you're framing the house, the joists don't kind of twist right, left, or fall over. Now that your house is settled and built for a long time, yes, you can knock a lot of them out of the way. Especially in the area, you said one area of your house. Yeah, take them out. No problem. I'm giving you permission and do it. Just in the area, that small area, you're fine. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? I'd love to talk to you. We're talking about acronyms for the do-it-yourselfer. GFCI is ground fault circuit interrupter. BTU, British thermal unit. Now, what else is there that are acronyms? What's MDF? Does anyone know what MDF stands for? Well, if you're in the cabinet business, you do. Medium density fiberboard, MDF. It's paintable, and it's an inexpensive option for woodworking. You want to be a carpenter, like and do some MDF stuff? What is it? What is MDF made out of? Guess what MDF is? It's like sawdust with a lot of glue. Mixed together, fused together, pressed into a board. You can paint it, right? It's a lot of, listen, there's a lot of good things you can use MDF for. A lot of cabinets are made out of MDF. A lot of doors, cabinet doors. So if it's done right and protected and installed properly, MDF is the way to go. Save money. Your plates and your napkins and your pots and pans, they don't care if they're sitting on MDF. Think about that for a second, folks. And by the way, when you're cutting lumber and you got all this excess waste and scrap, why not grind it up into sawdust and reuse it and make MDF? You see, we're being recycling and remodeling. It's the future. The Green Deal. The new Green Hire It Done deal. Recycle. I love it. I get all excited. I can't help myself. Are you that way too? It's early, but I love it. What's an NEC? Does anyone know what the NEC is? National Electric Code. BOCA, right? Remember BOCA? UBC? What are those? So NEC is the National Electric Code, right? Now, why do you need to know that? Listen, all electrical work should be done by a pro. Seriously, okay? All electrical needs a pro, my opinion. I watched a YouTube video on how to change a plug. I went to, here's what I did. I'll give you a sidebar story. Adam Helfman went to a big box store. Because I like it. It's like it's like when I go to Saks, Somerset, Gucci, it's therapy. When I go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, Ace Hardware, it's research. I get a little excited. Because I'm always looking at the people in the stores. I'm a voyeur, right? It's like Walmart. Do you go to Walmart or Home Depot to see people? I go to Walmart to see people, but I literally go to the big box stores for research. But I like going to the stores because I like checking out what they have and little things, you know, new products, old products, what people are buying. I want to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on in the industry. That's what I do. That's why I still do renovations. But I use the Hire It Done contractors. See what I'm saying? See the tie in there? So like a standard circuit breaker, then there's a ground fault circuit interrupter, then there's an arc fault circuit interrupter. There's a lot of things you need to know. By the way, if you're never going to put your own breaker in, that's crazy. You want to risk your life? That's nuts. All right, what does PVC stand for? P like Paul, V like Victor, C like Charlie. PVC. That's an acronym, right? Does anyone know what a PVC stands for? I do. I'm going to tell you. Polyvinyl chloride. It's the actual name of the most versatile item in many plumbing situations. Barry McCulkiner. He's a plumber. Plumbing. Barry McCulkiner Plumbing in Holly, Michigan. According to Danny, he wants me to shout out to them. What up? You got a shout out, let me know. Did you know PVC started in 1872 by a German chemist? They had PVC in Germany in 1872. We were still using cast iron here in America. What's up? Well, we'll figure that out later, right? But anyways, that's what PVC stands for. Now, what else is there? How about UL? Everyone's heard Adam. This is UL. What is UL listings? Underwriter Laboratory, right? UL certifications. And what do? They validate, they test, they inspect, they audit, they advise and educate people on products, especially light bulbs. That's interesting, right? So I thought maybe you'd like that. Everyone's heard of WD-40. What is it? What is WD-40? Does anyone know what it means for? Does anyone know what WD from 40? There's a story behind it, right? 248-539-9797. Do you have a question, a home improvement question that Google can't answer? You can text me this morning. Are you a contractor listening to the show? Text me, 248-539-9797. It's Shout Out Saturday. We like having fun, as we do, always here at Hire It Done. Listen, it's a home improvement radio show. I'm here to teach you how to hire contractors and have fun. Why have to be all stiff and anxiety ridden and be like, oh my God, well, I got to hire a contractor who's going to rip me off? Not here, man. We're having fun when we do this. WD-40, water displacement, WD. That's what it means. WD means water displacement. And what does the 40 come from? You know what? It used to be WD-39, WD-38, WD-37. It took them 40 tries to come up with the formula that they really liked. That's what WD-40 is. How about them apples, folks? Now let's get an easy one. Does anyone know what HVAC stands for? HVAC. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Right? It's a mouthful. But that's what it stands for. HVAC. Here's one for the home that I just looked at. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. What does Wi-Fi stand for? Is it an abbreviation or is it an alliance? I thought a Fi is like fidelity, right? Technically, it stands for wireless fidelity. Oh, there it is. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity, and the name intended to be a play upon hi-fi or high fidelity. The Wi-Fi Alliance holds the Wi-Fi trademark. See that? We're all about Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. What up? Healthy style. All right. So anyways, we got more coming up. I got a couple, but I got some good ones coming up. Keep it locked in here, my friends. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair, and people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this. How much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it, and that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ron Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over to hireitdone.com. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Anyways, we were talking about acronyms, little definitions of things in the home improvement business. I got a few more to go through. We just finished Wi-Fi, which is wireless fidelity, literally. PEX. Has anyone heard of PEX? P-E-X? Yeah. It's plumbing that replaces copper. And if it's used properly with the right fittings, it's perfect. Now, you really need to know how to use it and install it because a half-inch copper pipe and a half-inch PEX pipe are not the same. So you might want to go upsize is what I usually do. But what is it? Polyethylene is what PEX is. And then it's got what they call a cross-link, the X. That's what gives it strength, right? It doesn't require glue. And guess what else it doesn't do? When it freezes, it doesn't burst, or it's less likely to burst because PEX is so strong that the amount of plumbing or the amount of strength in it is greater than the pressure from ice, frozen water. So you're not gonna get it to burst, most likely. What else is there in plumbing? GPF. Has anyone heard of GPF? F like Frank, not GPS, but GPF like Frank. We've learned a lot about that back in the day. And gallons per flush. That's what it is, gallons per flush, which means how much water you're using and how it will flush every time, right? So originally toilets were like 3 gallons of flush. Some were up to 5 gallons of flush. It's a lot of water. But now they've been, then everyone's like, oh my God, we're running out of water. Well, what they didn't realize is when they cut all the water in half, that the sewer lines and the water treatment facilities with less water weren't set up for less water, and it became an issue. They had to adjust that. So there was like a domino effect down the line. But now toilets went to 1.6 gallons per flush, and now they're less, right? And so what do you do in that situation? Well, you have to live with it, but using less water is important, but also you got to be smart, right? Anyways, that's what GPF stands for. So what else is there? PSI? What does PSI stand for? Does anyone know? I'm going to tell you right now. Pounds per square inch. Where do you use PSI in home improvement? Water pressure, not tire pressure, right? It's pressure. PSI on your water coming out of your house, which is kind of cool. Now, I just recently had to do some wiring in a car wash for a friend, and they had EMT conduit. Does anyone know what EMT means? Well, electrical metallic tubing is what it is. So it's cool. Now, how about this acronym that is not designed or invented for home improvement, but I use it in home improvement. And I just used it this morning in the show in the beginning. KISS, K-I-S-S, right? It's an oldie but a goodie. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't ever complicate things. People love to complicate things. Let's just keep it simple. Right? Anyways, someone who knows their way around a car should know what SAE stands for. Does anyone know what SAE stands for? Let's call it Society of Automotive Engineering, right? Hi, Adam. I'm an inspector and find homeowners and often contractors are ignorant of permitting requirements for smaller work. Have you ever done a segment on this discussing MRC 105? Doesn't provide many exceptions, especially for the trades. You know what? It's a great one to talk about because pulling permits is obviously required for hired done contractors and everything. However, they recently just changed the code about the size of the job and what requires a permit or not. I would love to talk about that. Email me, adam@hireitdone.com, if you want to come on the show. We can talk about that. I'd love to have an inspector on. But you know how that goes. Anyways, it's not the correct way to say anyways. I don't know what that means. But we'll figure that out eventually. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? I'm here. You want a shout out? 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. AC/DC. Has anyone heard of AC/DC besides the rock group? Right, I know. Alternating current, direct current. That's what AC/DC stands for. And the only DC you want in your house is on your furnace, on a direct current motor, right? AC delivers power to your houses, office buildings, things like that. And it travels. That's the other thing. AC travels long distance better. But you know what? I'm going to do a show on Tesla, not the car, but Nikola Tesla. That guy was the real man. Wow, was he a thing. Here's one for plumbers. NPT. N like Nancy, P like Paul, T like Tom. NPT. National Pipe Thread. So when you're doing gas lines and piping and you need a thread, you got to have NPT, right? 1864, Bill Sellers created the standard for nuts, bolts, and screws. That's interesting. You learn things. Now, we all know what TMI is, too much information, like Danny said. So what is that? What does TMI get you? Too much information. How about TPI? Has anyone heard of TPI? Teeth per inch. Teeth per inch. Wow, what does that mean? That's not how they measure a shark's danger level, that's for sure. Teeth per inch indicates the type of saw blades. Higher TPI blades leave a smoother surface, but cut slower than lower TPI blades. Okay, so there you go. I just learned something new because I didn't know what TPI was. What else is there? This is a good one. We build our stuff to ASTM standards. What does ASTM stand for? Does anyone out there know? 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? I'm here to help you. I'd love to talk to you, by the way. American Society for Testing and Materials. It's on ASTM International because they're late worldwide now. But it's all about making things safe, toys, anything. They develop standards. That's important. We're lucky, man, right? Have you ever heard of UF? UF, the letter U, the letter F, under F Frank, UF. It's underground feeder. What that is it's a pipe that you run electrical through and it goes underground. It's smart, right? Now, what's NM? In the UF goes the NM. Non-metallic cable. That's what NM is. So, what else can you say? We have GFCI. We have GFI. What is AFCI? We talked about it earlier. Does anyone remember? Arc Fault Circuit Interrupter. Yeah. I got so many of these. It's an acronym Saturday. So if you're thinking of doing any home improvement this year, what do you got going on? What do you think, friends? You have a room addition you want to build? Is it time to think about a contractor right now? I had a conversation with one of my contractors the other day, and it was interesting because I know the guy, I literally know him 25 years. He worked with me. We worked together back in the day. He's a fine contractor. And he was talking about marketing. And it's funny because he's on his own now. He's got a partner. And he's doing really well. He's a top contractor. But he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try this magazine. I'm going to try this. I'm thinking to myself, to this day, people are still trying new things. And I'm like, dude, you know that's not going to work. Well, I have money to spend. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I give you some advice? And you know what? You can tell something. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. But there's new things coming out, too. But I love how guys think, oh, I'm only going to advertise to this type of job. You don't know what the perfect job is. I never understood something. We only do kitchens. Then the guy calls you up and says, hey, listen, I want to do cabinets in the wall in my garage. All right, I'll do that. And the guy's like, well, you're here. Can you add some epoxy on the floor? Oh, I got it. Listen, what you need to do is advertise what you do and then filter out the leads when they come in properly. And you need to advertise enough so that the leads come in where you have enough business to keep you busy. And when you have too many leads, it's important that you know that you should literally raise your prices. That's important, raising prices. Not gouging. Doing it right. That's all. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I got a few more acronyms. My name's Adam Helfman, and this is the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
One of the most dreaded terms in home improvement, particularly roofing, is ice damming. Ice dams strike seemingly without warning, attacking homes in cold weather climates with dangerous and costly consequences. The thing is, ice dams are highly misunderstood and largely preventable. So I want to talk to you about what ice dams are, how to stop them from forming on your home, and what you can do if you've already had them on your roof. Ice dams occur when the snow on your roof melts as a result of the heat escaping your house. When the melted snow reaches the edge of your roof, it then refreezes and creates what we call an ice dam. This ridge of ice prevents the water behind it from running off your roof, but the water touching the hotter portion of the roof remains above freezing. This creates a vicious cycle of melting, refreezing, and thawing. As the ice dam gets bigger, more and more water is trapped underneath and will eventually begin to run up your roof. Shingles are designed to shed water downhill, so when the water flows upwards, it easily penetrates a roof system. Like the great Glenn Hagee said, water always wins. That's why we have a Grand Canyon. Water behind an ice dam will seep through the gaps between the shingles and the plywood on your roof, leaking into your home and damaging everything from the walls, ceilings, insulation, you name it. Paint can peel, floors can warp, ceilings can sag, light fixtures can fill, and wet insulation can lose its R value. The ice dams themselves can bend and tear off gutters and loosen shingles if they become heavy enough. The damage in just one season can add up quickly and cost homeowners thousands in repairs. In order to stop ice damming, first we need to go a little deeper in how they're formed. Ice dams have long been a potential hazard in building, but they weren't always the prominent problem they are today. The reason why is that older homes, anything built before the 90s, weren't that well insulated in the first place. Builders just didn't have the technology or the understanding to do so. As a result, any warm air that escaped the living areas of the house would normally just escape outside before it could cause any problems. From the 90s onward, building technology has taken some leaps and bounds forward. One of the big advancements in home energy efficiency was spray foam insulation. You might have seen companies post these really cool pictures on Facebook where the entire frame of a new house is sprayed full of insulation and foam. To be clear, I'm a big believer that spray foam, when installed properly, is a great insulation system, especially for new constructions where you can easily access the walls and ceilings of a home. The thing is, when builders first started using insulation like this to really seal up homes from the outside, nobody stopped to
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. What are you guys doing? Anything good? Well, I'm here in the studio having fun. Saturday morning, it's bright out. Going to be a nice day. What's on your home improvement list for 2021? You going to hire a contractor to do a roof? How about a garage? What about anything? What is on your deal? Do you want a new roof? Do you want siding? You want plumbing? You want electrical? So here's the thing. If you're going to hire a contractor, you better plan now. And I mean plan now. Here's why. Let's just say you have graduation. You know, your kid's finishing up Zoom. Let's just say May, June. We really want to have a party. Okay? We want to have a graduation party. What are you going to do? Are you going to have a social distance deck? Are you going to make the deck bigger? You're going to have it on your deck? You need to redo your deck? Can you hire a contractor now? How busy are they? That's the thing. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm saying you better plan now. Getting a contractor now is important. You need to know this, friends. I want you to know this. It's important that you do. It's never easy. Nothing's easy today, right? So if you got a question this morning, give me a call, 248-539-9797. Text me. McAllister Fence. Yeah, we got to meet McAllister Fence. They're listening. No matter how cold it gets, McAllister Fence is always there. I like them. We got to meet. I know I got your number. I'll call you guys. It's just been a busy year. Good morning, Patrick and Celine. Cable guy during the day, essentially keeping people connected during the pandemic. Good job, Patrick. Working on my basement off time. What are your thoughts on acrylic floors, and how difficult will it be for granite installers to get a 7 by 3 foot piece down on my stairwell? 7 foot piece, you should be able to, depending on this, if there's a turn on the stairwell, you should be all right. But have the granite guy obviously come first and measure it. You know what you could do? Take a 7 foot piece, 7 foot by 3 foot piece of cardboard. Just take a bunch of cardboard and cut it up to make it 7 foot by 3 foot, and see if you can, without twisting and everything, go down the staircase. Might be the way to do it. So we're talking about, if you're going to hire a contractor, you better start now. What's the worst that happens? When you call contractors right now, you need to call them. You need to call them and say, look, I'm planning on doing this in May and June. I've been told that you got to start planning it now. So does it make sense to have you come out and take a look at what I want and see if we can make a deal? But tell them I'm not buying right now. I need to know. Or don't tell them. It's better to be honest with the contractor, to be honest. That's what I say. But no one knows for sure. So what else is going on around you? How about foam insulation in your garage? Does it help with heat in the bonus rooms? Okay, that's a great question. So here's the thing. You got a garage, and you got a bonus room above it, right? A lot of builders back in the 80s and 90s who built that bonus room above the garage, which is a great selling tool, didn't realize that the insulation underneath made the floor in the closet at the end in the corner of the garage really cold in the bonus room. So, again, that's an insulation issue. You need to insulate the bond plate all the way around in that whole ceiling in the garage. And yes, your bonus room now will be nice and comfy. And you'll be thanking me. And by the way, I have a great contractor for that if you need help. Let's see. What are your thoughts on acrylic floors? Acrylic floors? You're talking about epoxy floors? Epoxy floors are cool if you do it right. Not all epoxy is created equal. I like polishing on a concrete floor now. That's a kind of a hot little trend, or staining the concrete. Epoxy's cool. It's expensive. Make sure you put some skid silica in it. And, of course, isoaliphatic epoxy is the way to go, not water-based. I'm not a fan of water-based. It's like cheaper. Is that a way to call it? We'll call it a little bit cheaper. It might be the way to say it. But who knows for sure. Anyways, back to contractors. Hiring a contractor is important. Getting the right one is important. And, you got it going. This guy says he's going with a company called Retrofoam. That's a good one. Retrofoam, I never dealt with them, so I don't know them personally. But if you already signed, go have at it. No problem. If you haven't signed, get an alternate quote. Call my guys. I've got a few guys, actually. But it is what it is. So if you're thinking of getting a roof, it's pretty simple this year. If you're thinking of getting a kitchen, it's pretty simple. What are the hard items to get? Siding. Siding's tough right now because you got to wait forever. Getting someone to do fencing is not hard, but it's not easy. We have McAllister Fence. I hope we give them a bunch of business. They're busy, though. I've got a lot of need for landscapers. That takes a lot of time, and the weather makes it harder, and labor makes it harder. So if you're going to do landscaping, now's the time. So those are the items that you got to do. Anyways, when are you going to call a contractor? Are you going to call them now? How about making a list of your wants and needs? Just walk around your house today and say, okay, what do I want to do? I want to clean up. I need to paint. Painting's great. Exterior painting, you're not doing now. Interior painting, yes, easy. Get a guy, get him out there. Tell him you need it to be tight. I want my paint job to be tight. That's the way to do it. How about an outdoor deck? Is decking good or bad? It's not hard. So the key for you is to figure out what do you got to do. Well, I got it, all the answers. The new Hire It Done website is going to have the list of contractors on it. How about that? You don't have to worry about filling out a form anymore. So if you need a roof, you click on roofing, and what happens on Hire It Done? And then we're doing it right now. It'll be out a couple weeks. All the Hire It Done articles on roofing come up. And then at the bottom will be the list of my contractors. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bids. I don't care. You can call them right there, and then you can click and call the contractors right off the website. And the reason why I do that is because I've noticed, and of course, I'm that guy who's ahead of the curve always, that homeowners never want to put their name and address in it anymore, right? I don't want to fill out a form and then wait for someone to call me. And then half the time, the homeowners don't even answer the phone. So what do? We have 2 ways to get a hold of the contractor. 3 ways. Here it is. Click to call right to the contractor, which I love. And then there's email them. So you got both. And then there's contact Adam and let me know who you went. And then I can push them too. So it's pretty simple. That's an easy way to do it. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? Are you a contractor listening? You want a quick shout out? I'd love to help you out. Love to give you a good shout out today. HireItDone.com is awesome. We're really kicking butt with it this year. I got big plans for us. So I want everyone to know that. That's the deal. And, of course, we got changes. I'm going to be doing a lot more interior design. We're going to talk with a lot of real estate agents, mortgages, home improvement, how to finance it, finding the right contractor, trends, kitchens, baths, garages, demo, trash removal. Pretty easy. And we're going to make it work for you. That's what we want to do. It's not a hard thing to do. But, you know, homeowners aren't supposed to know. You do your job. Rely on me to be your expert. That's the way I want it to do. Rely on me. That way it's easy. Now, what happens when the contractor says to you, I don't want to pull a permit? Or you say to the contractor, don't pull a permit. Oh, that's such a rough situation. I'm just going to say, don't even consider it. You have to pull a permit every time. Now, what kind of permit, when you pull the permit, and what you're doing, and how much money is the permit cost you, and what's the job cost? Does the city need to know that you're putting gold faucets in? I mean, you could do a kitchen for 20 grand, and you could do a kitchen for 200 grand, same size. Do you have to pay taxes on the expensive kitchen more than you do the 20 grand kitchen? That's my issue. Because what happens is when you improve your house is worth more. When your house is worth more, you pay taxes on the value of your house, right, friends? So does the city have the right to charge you more taxes when you improve your house? And who's to say what is taxable? Those are questions that are not easy. So my suggestion is, yes, you pull permits on everything. But here's the thing. If you're going to pull a permit for a kitchen, have you sit down with your contractor and talk about what he should put down on the permit price. Because if you're putting in stainless steel Viking or Wolf appliances, that's 20 grand. I just put a Sub-Zero refrigerator in for a homeowner with mirrors on it, brass handles, and wainscoting. Just on the refrigerator. The refrigerator alone was $19,000. The same size fridge is like $1,200 if you wanted to. So why should you be taxed on the extra piece? That's my question. Anyways, that's Hire It Done, my friends. We'll be back next week. I'm glad you listened. I want to thank you for tuning in. Go to HireItDone.com. Click on Ask Adam if you ever have a home improvement question. I want to thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week. I'm Adam Helfman. See you next week.